the Channel 7 News.
First on the news, we have the collapse of the Soviet Union.
The countries that once were the Soviet Union have now declared independence.
In other news, we have Shane on the scene in Kuwait at Operation Desert Storm.
Take it away, Shane.
Thank you, ladies. On recent news, Kuwait has been invaded by U.S. forces along with 34 other countries. It's the largest invasion since World War II. Now back to you.
Now for some breaking news.
2 German tourists just found the oldest known mummy yet, sticking out of a glacier.
Apparently, it was found September 19th in the Alps near the Italian-Australian border. Otzi is approximately 5,300 years old.
And we are just receiving word that we are about to hear the official verdict of the Rodney King trials after Rodney King, an African-American, was brutally beaten by 4 LA police officers just the other day. We have Trevor on scene awaiting the verdict.
Thank you, ladies. I'm now in downtown LA where the public is waiting to find out if the police officers that have beaten Rodney King are guilty. I just got word. The officers have been not guilty. The riots are getting out of control.
And we're back. In breaking news, the World Trade Center has been bombed. Over to you, Travis.
Thank you, ladies. I'm here at the World Trade Center where the bombing has just occurred. As you can see, the blast effect affected the ceiling quite a bit, but it's still pretty structured all around. Not even 2 planes can get through this.
Did you get word of how many people died?
Yes, it's been reported that 6 people died, including 1 pregnant woman.
I heard it was a truck bomb on the 2nd level of the parking garage underneath the World Trade Center.
I heard that too. You know what else I heard? O.J. Simpson has been being chased by cops all week for suspected murder of his ex-wife and her boyfriend. They finally caught him, and we have Wyatt on the scene. Here's Wyatt.
We are now on scene where O.J. Simpson, accused of killing both of his ex-wife Nicole and her boyfriend, is now being arrested.
Another one of our top stories is that Oklahoma City was just recently bombed by someone believed to be targeting the government.
Here's Alli on the scene.
My name's Helen Cass. I'm here at the site of the Oklahoma City bombing. We haven't got word on who has done it, but we believe they're targeting the government. We do know that it was a truck full of manure covering the bomb. Many were killed, including a daycare full of children. Now back to you.
The year 2000 is approaching, and as it gets closer, the American citizens are worried of a technological breakdown. Here's Shane with more information.
With the new year approaching, computer technicians are afraid that the change to the year 2000 will cause an override to the current system and bring upon a computer apocalypse.
Well, thank you for joining us today on the Channel 7 News.
We'll see you next time.
What do you remember most about the 90s?
First thing I remember, graduating 1992, Bear River, be our Chesco if I win. Number 2 thing that I remember was the fashion Fresh Prince of Bel-Air came out in the 90s. That was good times. And then I remember the Kuwait War when we invaded Kuwait after Iraq invaded it. And I also remember a Prince song called Party Till It's 1999 and the whole build up to the new millennium. I think those are the kind of the highlights for me. Also the whole grunge aspect, Kurt Cobain and Soundgarden and Alice in Chains and Pearl Jam and all those bands that were huge at that time. That whole grunge thing took over the hair bands of the 80s. So that's what I remember.
What do you remember most about the 1990s?
What I remember most about the 1990s is in 1999 when it was going to turn to 2000, everybody was concerned computer crashes, having to go to work early just to make sure that everything transferred over.
Favorite memory of the 90s?
I have a lot, but I think my favorite was Oakland Coliseum, and I went and saw U2, and it was a kind of a random mix of bands. It was Public Enemy, Sugar Cubes, and that has Bjork in it, and then U2. And U2 had like all these screens. It's called Zoo TV at the time. And it was just the most amazing concert I've ever been to, and I was way into music back then. And then after that, a drunk driver rear-ended my car, So I wasn't really the favorite memory, but it did definitely solidify that whole night. It was crazy times, and yeah, I think that was my favorite. That was 91, I think it was. Maybe.
What is your favorite memory of the 1990s?
Buying a house and 2 of my children being born.
Remember most about the Oklahoma bombing?
I remember it was a huge bombing. I remember hearing it on the radio first, and then I remember seeing pictures afterwards, and it was like nothing that we'd ever seen at that time. Of course, this was prior to 9/11, but it was huge, and I remember they initially thought it was terrorists, and then it turned out to be a homegrown terrorist, Timothy McVeigh, as I recall. And I remember his trial lasted for a long time. He had another person that helped him. I can't remember too well, but I just remember it being a huge thing. And I also do remember this, that they guarded a lot of federal buildings after that. I had some people that worked in the federal government that were friends, and they just had like security measures that weren't there prior to that bombing, because they were thinking that they were going to target.
What do you remember about the Oklahoma City bombing?
I remember it happening, and that's about it.